Hi folks, it's David here from Abiding Neck. Today I thought I'd do a sort of an unpacking video. I picked up that yesterday quite cheaply for the price of a cup of coffee. It's a flint striker. Now I have never in my life seen one of these before. This is the first time I've actually seen one live. I've seen the videos of it, I've done a bit of research around them, and there's some interesting videos. So I thought I'd give it a shot, follow the instructions on the back, and see if I can actually get it to work. We've got a striker, a flint, it's all held together by rope. So I could cut the rope, I could cut the card, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to undo it like this. That way I've got all this lovely cord that I can use, and if I really need to, I can follow the instructions. Okay. Remove paint by scraping with striker or back of knife blade along the flint rod. Okay. Flint rod. So I'm wanting it on that edge because I'm going to be holding it like that. Like there. So we scrape this. That comes away very nicely. So this might take a little bit. Not quite as much as I thought it might, but aha, that's better. You know, this thing has teeth here and a flat surface here. Using the flat surface, it's scraping it away a lot easier than the teeth. So I've learned something at least. Now, what this is actually ending up doing, first of all, it's leaving a lot of black on my hands. But it's also leaving a lot of interesting lines on the striker. Well, that's getting fairly close. Oh, where's my knife? I'm going to see what happens if it's actually faster to use the back of the blade. That sparked with the already with using the edge of the blade to cut it off. So it definitely throws sparks, and quite nice sparks, which implies that it's ready. Although one thing I have noticed with this, just already, you know, that small spark that I threw has actually cut into the rod. Okay, let's try it with the striker then. That striker's not really all that comfortable to hold. I don't think I would want to try this if my hands were cold. But if we... Okay, so that's definitely throwing sparks. So from there I know that this actually works. So beside me I have a bucket of water, which is probably out of shot. In front of me I have a concrete slab, which I'll adjust the camera so you can see that shortly. And I have a whole bunch of belly button lint that came out of the dryer. So we'll use that as our tinder. So I'll just adjust the camera so you can see the concrete slab, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so now that we're all in shot, and I'm crouched right down so you can see me, it's really uncomfortable so I won't, let's give this a shot. We got our fleecy stuff, our tinder here. We apparently, looking at other people doing videos on this, including the producers of this, you put your rod there, you put that there, and you go. You pull back on the rod, apparently. Well, it's definitely producing sparks. The next trick is aiming it. I almost got that. Let's try with the other hand, might be easier. My sparks are definitely hitting the tinder. Precisely why the tinder's lighting, I don't know. Normally when I start fires I would be using paper and a cigarette lighter or a box of matches. Well, given that this is actually my first attempt at doing this, I don't think it's too bad. And certainly when we look at the striker, and that's gone from black to really silver, you know, it may very well be that I haven't taken off enough, or I'm just getting it plain wrong. Other options would be that my tinder is too damp. We have a spark. It landed in the tinder and it's gone out. Makes me think this my belly button lint is too damp. I'm definitely getting a lot of heat on the striker. It's already discoloured. Okay. Let's try it on a different edge on the striker and see what happens. And we have light, we have fire. Interestingly, it worked better using the ridged edges here than the straight edge. So we'll just put this fire out, make sure it's fully extinguished. The joys of a bucket of water. That smells a lot like fireworks. So I managed to get a second bit of fluff ignited, which was a lot easier using the teeth on this than it was to use the straight bit. And then I looked up at the camera and discovered the camera had turned itself off. So, just to prove it is doable, okay, my third bit of fluff, dry grass out of the way, we can strike it again. One thing, you know, looking at the clip from before it shut off, God, that's ripping up that. One thing looking at the clip before shutting it off, I noticed the way I was sitting actually made things spark a lot easier. Okay. This is definitely going to be a video I clip up completely. We have a spark, and the spark's gone out. Okay, now we've shown that we can burn it, so I might just get rid of that, because frankly that's not going to actually ignite for some reason. Let's just fluff it up a bit and try again. Maybe it would work if I poured a bit of petrol on it. It's also hurting my hands quite a lot doing this. Strike is getting warm. Okay, so I know where I put it. There's a couple of things that might be going on. You know, this requires getting the sparks landing in the right spot, so plenty of sparks. So we use a different type of knife. This is just a Mercator. I'm sure you've all seen these before. Does it spark? Not really. So, my high carbon steel isn't sparking. Using a Gerber, which is, I can't actually figure out if that is high carbon or not, I'm sparking it, but also killing my knife. So I'm not going to be using that. We'll go back to this. Okay, I give up. We'll just put that away. Make sure it's all out. Definitely you can get sparks with this. So, the next little thing we're going to try is, can we still get sparks when it's wet? Bucket of water. Ooh. You know, after using that striker for so long, putting my hands into a bucket of water is so nice. Okay. Apparently these still work when wet. If I can get sparks, great. Then I'll believe it. Right. It's not sparking, so I'll just give it a quick dry. Just on my pants. Sparks. Great. So, what have I learned? Yes, you can start a fire with this. It's hard work. Probably not and it's hard on the hands. I actually feel like I want to put some tape around here so that I've got a more comfortable handle. In fact, I might go do that and see if I can get a better grip and more control. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got some tape here. This is just electrical tape because it's what I have. Some older tape going back, I think I picked this up about 20 odd years ago, and it's lived in my toolbox ever since and never been used. I have no idea why I originally bought it. However, now I'm taping that bit, taping the flat bit, because it's the teeth that are actually getting a good response. Right. And I'm going to leave the hole untaped so that I can put my put the cord back through there and put it all away. Right, that's actually a lot more comfortable. So, more fluff, clearing out the dead grass around it that's blew in while I was finding the tape. Okay. I am definitely hitting that with the sparks. I'm also finding that that edge there is affecting me, so just a little bit more tape around there, and I'll cut that open a bit later. Right, and just to see, you know, for the sake of it, I have here a bottle of methylated spirits, rubbing alcohol. We'll use an accelerant. Which starts with one strike. Okay, so what have we learned? Let me just find my sticks. We'll put that out. That'll work. Right, what have we learnt? First of all, let me just adjust that so you can see me again. Right, what have we learnt? We have learnt that if you follow the instructions with this, they're very easy to create sparks. We've also learned that just because your sparks hit your tinder, that's no guarantee. Okay, the entire package there's a little bit of weight in that. I'm not a strong person, but I could easily see myself putting that in my bag and keeping it there as a backup. It is much easier to use a cigarette lighter. Does this have a place in my bag? Yes. But I would want to combine it with a bit of accelerant. So, all we really need to do to get this to work is to read the instructions. It's all I did. And it works beautifully. So that's me for today. I'll sign off. So enjoy yourselves and try your best to behave badly. Cheers, folks.